Hey y'all, it's me, Miss Pretty in Pink, coming to y'all today to make a really quick video. I just wanted to make a response basically to the whole Rhianna interview on 2020. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much, Rhianna, for making a very candid, very informative interview. I feel like compared to Chris Brown's videos, they were just, really informative. Um, I don't know about anybody else, but I've watched pretty much every response that's happened since the situation. I've watched Chris Brown's interview. I've watched, Rihanna's, of course, and I've just been like really intrigued by the whole situation. I want to address first the Chris Brown responses to the situation, his interviews. I did watch the interview where he was on with his mom, and I absolutely positively thought that interview was garbage. It was garbage, y'all, like seriously. I feel like Chris Brown, I know he had a legal standing to where he couldn't reveal all the information as to what happened that night, but I feel like it was pointless because basically he didn't reveal anything. The questions that were asked to him, he was just trying to avoid them and just trying to kind of sugarcoat them and make them sound better than they were, instead of just telling the truth and being a man and stepping up and just being like, yeah, this is what happened. I didn't expect him to be like, yeah, I punched her in the face, and I didn't expect him to give those type of details, but it was so bad to the point where he wouldn't even say why the argument started in the first place. He was just like, well, out of respect for Rihanna and myself, I don't want to disclose that information. Like, I just thought he could have done a little bit better job of just, fessing up to what he did and taking the blame for it and just stepping up and being a man. I understand he's still young, but he's still grown, and he should have stepped up, and I think that would have painted him in a much better light than the interview actually did. Also, the video that he posted on YouTube, where he was wearing the red, was ridiculous for real. Like, seriously, just like Rihanna said, it sounded like he was reading off of a teleprompter. It was like, da 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 da. I understand it was probably, he had to write his thoughts out beforehand, but literally it sounded like he was reading from a teleprompter, which made it sound incredibly insincere. But back to the Rihanna interview on 2020, I think that she was very eloquent with what she said. She kept it real. She told it how it was. She basically was saying to people that she was not okay with what happened and that she does not support it. Whereas, a lot of people were thinking, well, maybe she was okay with it because, initially she did go back with Chris Brown, which she admitted was like lapse in, judgment because she was in love with him. But she almost made it seem like, it was okay. And so for her to go on 2020 and basically say that no, it wasn't okay, and yes, it did happen, was awesome. I just feel like Chris Brown, like, we know that he abused her. We all saw the pictures. We all heard the story. We know he hit her. He was trying to make it seem as though he didn't. And so Rihanna, she shut all that down. She basically told the whole world, everybody that was watching and everybody that heard about it, that yeah, he did hit her, he did abuse her, and now she's not in that relationship anymore. So I just want to say thank you to Rihanna for letting everybody out there know that domestic violence is not okay, letting people know that you're not okay with it. It was really encouraging, and just to hear the story from her own mouth really helped me kind of understand what happened and really made me 100% be on her side, because it was almost hard because of the things we're hearing from Chris Brown. I know like the media will sensationalize things a lot, so I was like, well, maybe it wasn't as bad as it seemed. No, she let people know it wasn't as bad. It was as bad as it seemed. You know, a lot of people were thinking, well, maybe she did something to provoke him. Maybe she pushed him. Maybe she hit him. And she was like, you know, even if I did touch him, that does not make it okay for him to hit me. But I didn't touch him. So she basically let us know straight up, you know, whether she did or didn't, what she, you know, said that she did not hit him or provoke him, that it wasn't okay. And it just was nice to know all the facts of the actual situation. Like, up until the interview, I had no idea why the argument even started, you know. And so, you know, she basically disclosed that the argument started over a text message from an ex-girlfriend of Chris's, and that basically, you know, he was caught up in a lie, and she didn't want to let the, you know, situation just pass, and that's what led to the disagreement, her being abused. And so that's all I really wanted to say. I just wanted to say thank you to Rhianna for just, you know, shutting down all the rumors. I mean, nobody can dispute the facts of what happened that night, because Rhianna, you know, she told them, like, openly exactly what happened. So I just want to say thank you to Rhianna, as her fan, for just really letting us know what happened, and I wish her all the success in the world. I can't wait till her album comes out. I will be in stores buying it, and I ask everybody to support her, and support her in promoting nonviolence in relationships, especially among young women. You know, if it can happen to her, Rhianna, who's young, beautiful, you know, rich, famous, it can happen to anybody. And so, I'm along with Rhianna in supporting nonviolence in relationships and being totally against domestic abuse. So, if you guys want to leave me a comment, I would greatly appreciate it. Excuse me, my voice is a little messed up, but I would greatly appreciate a comment or a video response if you guys have anything to say about my video, about this whole Rhianna situation, about domestic abuse. If you guys want to share stories, facts, whatever, I would greatly appreciate it. So, hope to hear from you guys soon, and I will talk to you guys later.